What's good, podcast family? It's been a minute. It's been a while. I haven't fed this side of the streets yet. Hold on. Wait a minute. So I'm going to sit here. A lot of stuff has been happening recently as of January 5th, 2025. Yes, I haven't spoke to y'all since last year. I haven't seen y'all since last year. I'm just trying to figure out like what I'm going to do with this channel. What I'm going to do with the podcast, you know? And I want to focus more on this side a little bit more because like I feel like I can ramble about a bunch of more stuff and then just divvy it up than I can do on my main channel, which is mostly like comic book movies and all that stuff like that. So a lot of stuff has been happening from sports to music, and we're gonna sit here, we're gonna chat about it a little bit, you know what I mean? And I should be able to put this out today. I'm not gonna be talking about something too crazy. Should be like a nice little episode, little 30-minute, you know what I mean, little jibber jam or whatever. As of today, yesterday we beat the I am a Bears fan through and through. We beat the Packers finally for the first time at in Packers Stadium since 2015, almost 10 years. Jesus. But yeah, it felt good. My girl is from, from Green Bay or whatever, so I be talking shit to her all the time, so it's fucking funny. It's hilarious, actually. Hey, listen, when the Cheeseheads lose, I'm talking shit. I'm like, yo, fuck them, all right? That's what I'm on. That's the time that I'm on, right? But it felt good. Finally, we just need to get a better head coach, okay? Because if we don't get a good head coach, if Ryan Poles stays and they give us some mediocre lame duck coach like Brian Flores, I'm done at that point. I'm not gonna wait around. I'm not one of those old school fans like I have to stay to my team like this, that, and the third. Like I have to watch every second. I cut off the Bulls for like 10 years. I'm not watching that shit like that. I come back when they're relevant. I'm not watching it when at any other point. I will be like I'm like that toxic ex that like after y'all break up you just don't exist to me. It's like that. It's like that's how I be towards sports teams. Y'all not gonna do this to me. Y'all not gonna sit here and be mediocre for 10 years and I have to suffer because I have to be a fan. Fuck you and fuck that. Okay, I'm just not paying attention to that shit. So the Bears are right there because after this season, I'm not doing this again. So either they make the right coaching decision or they fire their GM and make the right coaching decision and GM decision, or I'm done. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, Caleb. I hope you are successful at another team. Hope you get out of there as fast as possible because I personally would not be watching you get slaughtered again like you did this season. So that's besides the point. A bunch of stuff has been happening on the music side. I think the last time we talked was after the beef. Kendrick dropped GNX last year around like December. J. Cole dropped a bunch of garbage ass songs. I'm being honest with you. Drake has been trying to get relevancy back ever since the beef with the 100 gig stuff and all these other like leaked quote unquote snippets of songs and stuff like that, which isn't leaked because they purposely put it out. Because how like if let's be honest, let's talk like let's just sit here and let's just think like realistically. The amount of leaks, quote unquote, that Drake went through last year, the amount of it is so insane that if half of it happened to me, I'm shutting the whole thing down and I'm just handling all the music. Because there's no way you're telling me all these different songs leak. Like what was it? The Cadium Rhythm, No Face, what was the other song that he had to get the sample of that he basically just lied about changing the subject of the song and didn't change it at all and got sued for it or something like that? All these different songs, this new freestyle that came out was leaked. It's like, bro, you're leaking like crazy. And it's like, not even to go back to the beef, but it's like, if there is a mole or someone in your inner circle that wants to see you downfall, this is from the side of, oh, they're leaking my stuff to like, to ruin my reputation, stuff like that. That's from that point of view. If this is actually true, you need to actually sit down and figure out where this is coming from. Like, why are you trying to save face by, oh, I'm going to leak and then not do anything about it and then take it down and then put it out later as an official thing? It's like, it's dumb. It's like, it's clearly you're testing the waters to see how people react to your song. And if they like it or don't like you, don't put it out, obviously. Or you're trying to do the whole thing where you're still side of the UMG and you don't like them because you lost the beef. And, you trying to like underplay them by dropping stuff early so people can listen to it and not listen to the actual release, like to like tank your own stock, which at the same time, once you sit there and think about it, it's like that doesn't make any sense at all. But back to what I was saying, so he's been releasing a bunch of bullshit, I'm being honest with you. The Party Next Door album was supposed to drop last year, still hasn't dropped yet. Apparently it's dropping this year or whatever. And so he dropped this freestyle, the Fighting Irish freestyle, which is basically a LeBron James diss track, because he's talking about, oh, all my bros, like, they was enjoying the concerts and the tickets and this, that, and the third. And it's like, are you serious? Like, yeah, like, of course I would. Like, I don't know why he's surprised that LeBron James went to a Kendrick Lamar concert and had fun when he's always been a Kendrick Lamar fan. I've known this for years, and I don't even like LeBron. I'm saying this verbatim. I'm obviously I'm a Bulls fan. I don't like fucking LeBron. Duh. Duh. What would I have to? I don't have to explain it to y'all why I don't like LeBron James. But yes, I don't like LeBron James. No shit. But even I knew that he's one of the biggest Kendrick supporters at all. When he was trying to get him, that's the main reason Untitled Unmastered dropped, because he was asking like, bro, like you need to drop these tracks. And I think Punch or Top Dog came out and said, oh, everybody asking for it, I might as well give me a few days and I'll drop the whole album. And then Untitled Unmastered came out. And stuff like that. Or he was the main supporter in the Miss Morale and Big Steppers and stuff like that. It's like he's been a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar for years. But he also been a huge fan of you also. Like he supported you after the Pusha T beef and stuff like that. Also, I have to bring it up before we get more into this thing. He did, for those who are living on a rock or those who waiting for my input about the whole Drake is now suing UMG over the Not Like Us, and apparently that it was botted. I don't know why he's down on this hill. It's clearly people saying like, oh, he's trying to get out of his contract and stuff like that. But even still, even if I'm UMG, I'm being dickhead. Oh, you're not going anywhere. You can sue me as much as you want. You can leak tracks or whatever. Oh, you're staying here, okay? I'm sorry. You're cooked. You're signed. You should have thought of that, buddy, a long time ago. Oh, now you're mad because you lost one of the biggest rap battles in hip hop history. Oh, tough titty. All right, that's what it is to be. That's what I would have done. I'm staying on business. But apparently they are, like with Spotify and UMG. They're like, there is no like botting and this and the third. Being completely objective, there's no way you can see the response and reaction to Not Like Us and sit there and say, oh, this has to be botted. This has to be a not natural response to this diss track. This song was everywhere. I'm in the Midwest, okay? I shit you not. When this song dropped I was at work, okay? I worked at a hardware store when this song dropped during the summer. When this song dropped, my coworkers literally ran to the back and started blasting this song verbatim. And I literally had to take a lunch break and sit. It was like, yo, like they were like, oh my god, Kendrick dropped. Everyone had the same reaction. They looked at their phone and was like, oh my god, Kendrick just dropped. And they're like, you're fucking kidding me, right? And so when they played the song, we're listening to it, we're like, when the A minor dropped, everyone's like, what? And I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, okay, in the Midwest. It was like, yo, like this is crazy, okay? And so when that dropped, it was like, oh, this is everywhere. And it was so crazy where it was like even older people, like I had a bunch of older coworkers like that was in like they're like 60s, 70s, you know what I mean? They had grandkids that are like in their 20s type shit. And they were asking me like, hey, what is this whole like Kendrick Lamar Drake beef? Like, I know you're into like music and hip hop or whatever, which I had to give him a little side. I had to look at him. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You calling me urban? He called me melanated. What are you trying to say? But when he said that, I had to explain the whole beef, and it was like the whole thing, this and the third, and it was like, wow, like so because I hear the song everywhere. Like this was playing everywhere. You go to a function, it's playing. I went to a graduation party, it was playing. It was everywhere. My little niece could sing this song, and she was like 5 years old at the time. She could sing this song word by word. A minor, she's screaming at. It was a anti-pedo anthem, okay? And everyone's hopping on it. It was the biggest oh my god moment of the rap battle. And I know he is salty as hell. I know Drake was salty as hell when Family Matters dropped and immediately got snuffed out in 20 minutes. But you gotta live with it. It's too bad. Oh well. Whether or not the things he said were true or not, which I don't believe were true at all in Family Matters, it didn't hit, okay? And it's crazy because all the people on Twitter, and I'm gonna get back to the freestyle in a bit. It's crazy how people on Twitter are constantly trying to rewrite history like, man, Family Matters should have got the appeal Not Like Us did. But it fucking didn't, okay? It didn't hit, okay? It didn't hit. What you want people in the club singing, oh, there's Big D and there's video proof? Huh? Freaky ass nigga? Freakazoid. Like, what do you want us to say? Like, Not Like Us is such an easy bop, and GNX is full of bops that people are still banging to this day. It's crazy how when GNX dropped, it's still doing it now, where like it was like everyone was listening to it. It was banger after banger, right? Then when new stuff came out, everyone left the album, listened to the new stuff, and was like, this doesn't really hit the same, and go back to GNX. It's funny because you keep getting these stats of like GNX is resurfaced in the top albums of the year. GNX is resurfaced in people's stream. It's like, it's like people are listening to the bops and the music and the hits. Like this is organic. This stuff isn't being botted. It's crazy, but people are trying to rewrite history. What's it called? The Joe Budden podcast. By the way, the Joe Budden with that whole lawsuit that's going on, crazy. By the way, he's been sleepwalking naked, I guess, but I don't know. Freakazoid. But I need to make that a soundbite. That shit's so fucking funny. Anyway. What's it? I think it's Ice or Ish. One of them is a big Drake dick eater. And when Kendrick was whooping that ass during the Drake beef, he was silent, he was mad, he was grumpy. But when what was it? Push-ups dropped and what was it? Taylor made freestyle and Kendrick didn't respond. He was talking his shit. He was talking crazy. Now when Kendrick's on top and he whooped that boy's ass, all of a sudden, man, y'all just we did disservice to Drake as media members, and we didn't give enough time to Family Matters when it dropped. We just talked nothing but Kendrick. And someone literally pulled up the stats of like, y'all talked about Family Matters for like 80 plus minutes. Y'all talked about Meet the Grams for like 70. And y'all talked about Not Like Us for 40 minutes. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's not our fault that Drake responded to those two diss tracks, one of the worst diss tracks of all time, with the Hard Part 6 basically saying, hey, I'm not a pedo, I'm too rich for that. Which is the craziest bar in hip-hop history. Who was talking to this man? Like, if he had writers write this, I would have slapped the shit out of them for having that line written down. This is clearly a song that he wrote by himself because the way he's writing is like, you could tell because Drake has a certain pattern with writing. That's what you see with the Fighting Irish freestyle, which I will get back. I promise. Let me set the stage. But you're sitting there and you're making an anti-pedo album, and it's like, bro, this does not look good at all. And your main point against the Not Like Us is I'm too rich to be a pedo, but you bring up R. Kelly later as a vocal point, which we already discussed that I think in a previous episode, how that wasn't even what Kendrick was trying to do, defend R. Kelly. What the fuck are we talking about here? But yeah, it's crazy. It's like, what do you gain from that? So the Fighting Irish freestyle is basically him saying, oh, everyone betrayed me, woe is me, and I feel betrayed, I'm gonna have to get my get back when you talk about my family. Bro, you is attacking everyone else but the dude that's been whooping your ass for the entire year, okay? Don't hit me with the woe is me, if you talk about my family it's gonna get dangerous. Like, shut up, bro, because when someone put up your family, you didn't do anything about it. You didn't do a damn thing about it, okay? This man said, dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father, okay? Your father needs to die, and when you get older, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You gonna let someone disrespect you like that in front of your son? Because he's gonna hear it. You know what's crazy? You know what? I cannot wait. When Adonis is older, probably when he's like 18, like he's a little bit more mature, of course, like 18 or something like that, where he can understand. I want to know, like, I legit want to ask him, like, or someone ask him, like, when you heard Meet the Grams and you understood what, because he's going to listen to it at some point. No, someone's going to show him that fucking song. When he heard Meet the Grams and the things that was said, what was his thoughts on it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's going to come out and say anything publicly, but I want to know, like, in like a closed environment, like it doesn't have to get out, like what was his true thoughts? And also, what is his thoughts about his dad constantly like undermining his mom, talking about, oh, it was a fluke and she doesn't mean that much to me and shit like that during his songs. It's like, how do you feel about him basically disrespecting your mom like that, you know? And the whole Fight Irish thing was like, people have caught on to Drake when his freestyle, he'll use the same like alliteration, dedication, origination, you know what I mean? The shuns and the uns and he'll just do that the entire time. It's like so-called chat GPT rhymes, which is fucking crazy. Everyone caught on his vocal patterns. Everyone's catching on to how like he hasn't progressed as an artist in over 10 years. And it's funny seeing the Drake fans try to defend this by saying, y'all hate Drake so much, but y'all know a a Drake song word by word. Yes, I know many Drake songs I can sing word by word. That was from 10 years ago. Why are we baking on this? Last time Drake put out a good album was during the Obama administration, bro. You know how crazy that is? Like, you know how insane that is? The Obama administration, bro. Like, that's like, oh, y'all not ready for this NBA player highlights, and he's playing with Dirk Nowitzki. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? No, he hasn't progressed in years, and I love how the Drake Kendrick beef has put a light on the bullshit that people just letting fly under the rug for the past like 10 years, 5 to 10 years. It's like, bro, like, no. I'm not saying Drake is a horrible songwriter. I'm not saying I could be a better rapper than Drake. Of course not. That's fucking crazy. But let's not sit here and act like he hasn't progressed at all. Like, it's clearly he is complacent where he is, and he's so used to being at the top. And when he was at the top, he was being a dickhead to everyone, apparently. Like, more and more stuff came out where it's like, he had to be a total asshole. Because there's no way in hell that... It's funny. My mom used to do this. Where... My mom said this like one time. It was like, yo... There will be times where you will, like, obviously get into disagreement, get into fights with people, right? And so that's completely understandable. But if you go into a room and everyone wants to beat your ass, you did something wrong. Like, there is no way in hell that you're telling me your entire class wants to jump you. You know what I mean? This didn't happen to me, but it was just an example. Like, you're telling me your entire class wants to fight you and you did nothing wrong? Let's hear both sides here, because there's no way. You're telling me almost every rapper that's interacted with you, every producer that's interacted with you, cannot stand you and hate you? But you're the victim. Okay, buddy. Oh, there's a plot to go against you. Even though from 2011 to 2015, everyone was praising you, talking about, oh yeah, like the big three that carrying hip hop, this and the third. And it's funny how they're trying to change it to let Kendrick Lamar drop every year and carry hip hop. No one should be single-handedly carrying hip hop. This is why that when Drake was doing it, it was complacent, it was stale, it was ass. Like, let artists work. Like, you, and it is crazy. We're gonna get to the J. Cole fans in a fucking minute, but it's just crazy to me how much people are trying to say, like, oh, this is y'all just don't understand what Drake did for the industry. And apparently what y'all did for the industry was botting, being dicks behind stage and whatever, and fucking over artists and stealing their flow. So, ooh, excuse me, Drake has done so much for the rap scene and industry. And honestly, I low key, like I said earlier, how I want UMG to just drop Drake, but part of me also wants UMG to keep Drake. That's what I said earlier. But part of me wants UMG to drop Drake and have him go fully independent and see what happens, because there is a strong possibility that if Drake goes fully independent, that he just like falls off completely and like none of his shit hits the same. Same thing with like I think Meek Mill said something like that when he got into it with like a big publishing company and he went independent, and it's like the venues aren't the same, you know what I mean? The notoriety isn't the same because you don't have the industry backing you. I want to see something like that happen to Drake, honestly, because I'm a hater. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. But like, I think it would be interesting to see, because I wonder how he would really crash out, you know? Because this is like, obviously, it feels like a Ja Rule 50 Cent thing, or a 50 Cent Kanye thing, where it's like, after this moment in history, after the beef happened and you just flopped afterwards, it feels like the entire like world is like, yeah, he's lame, I don't really care for his stuff. And I feel like every time Drake drops something, it has that effect, especially now where it's like a super media heavy, where like, if this was like 10 years ago where Drake could just drop a hit song, even when he had the Pusha T thing, like if he dropped a hit song, people could kind of just throw stuff under the rug. But no, this was everywhere. And people are, you know, now on their phones more than ever. People are chatting, people are giving their instant reactions. When this freestyle dropped, people was like, yo, this shit sucks. Like, just exposing him immediately. I think the company man said something of like, I love listening to Drake when I don't listen to the lyrics or something like that. It's like he makes very good songs, but when you listen to the lyrics, that's when it falls off for me. And that's how I feel 1000%, where it's like, this sounds good, but once you actually pay attention to the lyrics and what he's saying, you get turned off immediately. And so that's my thoughts on that. I think Drake needs to take a big break, but he's not going to, because of it, I guess his Apple deal or whatever, or because of pure hubris and stubbornness. Well, his career is gonna fall off because of it, because it's not looking good. This song did not look good. Everyone's like, ill, like, what are you doing here? And it's kind of like, damn, you know, it's like, the fall off needs to be studied, man. Just don't be a dickhead when you're on top, and you wouldn't have this react. You know what I mean? Leave the game before the game leaves you. You know what I mean? He should have tried to respectfully bow out or drop less and less. I'm not saying pull a Kendrick where you take like years on break, but like try to be that. I'm surprised he didn't try to go that producer, like heavy, like start his own, like he has his own label, but like start his own like thing where he's like pushing the next generation forward. It gives off, obviously from stealing flows and stuff like that, that he just wants to be on top forever and just like, force his way to be a cultural icon, which is like, bro, it's not that no more. You lost that opportunity. You will never be respected in hip hop. And the fact that he lost the beef and immediately came out and said hip hop is in a weird place and hip hop is a joke and rap is this and the third, when you was just dropping how rap is a sports, it's a competitive sport and shit like that. It just shows how not unbiased, how disingenuous you were during the whole time of you being on top. But those are my thoughts on the Drake thing. Another thing on hip hop. So Joey Badass released a song called "The Ruler's Back" on the 1st of January, or I think the 2nd. It was 4 days ago. But it was basically like a Kendrick Lamar diss, talking about like I'm tired of West Coast dick licking, and like he's basically taking shots at Kendrick Lamar, talking about, oh, like I'm the king of New York, I'm back, and I'm here for all the smoke and stuff like that, bro. And everyone's collective reaction to the Joey Badass track was yawn, like shut the fuck up, Joey Bada. You've been going for years. You can't disappear, not drop shit, be focusing on your TV show, and then come back talking about, yeah, y'all been asking for me. Ain't nobody been asking for you, bro. No one's been listening for. No one's been asking, bro. What does Joey Badass think about this situation? Shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't give a damn. Like, oh, like I'm tired of this and the third. I'm the king of New York. What the fuck has New York done in the past 20 years? Okay. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. They haven't made no new sounds, no new big artists. The only biggest artist that came from New York that's actually serious about hip hop will be Joey Badass, but he doesn't even live in hip hop anymore. That's one of the things that Read My Soul dropped an amazing video about like his problem with the song and how like people don't even live in New York no more. He opened the song talking about, oh, I moved out and no one's whacking my murals. Who the fuck's looking for a Joey Badass mural? What the fuck are we talking about here? Like what? Oh, no one's whacking my mirror. No one's coming after me. No one cares. Ain't nobody is looking for Joey Badass right now in this moment. Okay, my God, it's like I think it was Dave Chappelle. What does Ja Rule think at a time like this? Who the fuck is asking for Joey Badass? I'm sorry. You need to worry about feeding your fan base is dwindling. I'm just being honest with you. Because the last couple projects you've been dropping has been hit or miss. I'm sorry, brother. Like, and I get you want to focus on other career paths, but don't sit there coming back talking tough shit when you have not been in the game for so long. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. I'm not trying to hear it. That's like when J. Cole dropped that Port Antonio. I dropped it on my main channel. When J. Cole dropped that Port Antonio talking about, oh, if, ands, or buts, if I really stepped in the ring, I would have, yada. Shut the fuck up with this. I woulda, shoulda, coulda ass raps. You wasn't in the beef. Shut up. This is the big boys talking. You are not involved in this problem. We're not trying to hit that shit. We're not trying to hear it at all. It's so funny, everyone's reaction to Joey Bass is like, okay. And it's funny because when he reacted to, I think he responded to Control years ago, people had the same thing. He just got left on red. It's like, all right, bro. Like, he has the major potential of a young artist or any young artist. I mean, he's not even young anymore. What is he, like 30 or something? He had major potential coming into it. He started super young, but as it goes on, it's like, bro, like what you showed us, we don't really care for right now. He's 29 years old and he turns 30 this month, the 20th. And so it's funny because like he had major potential starting off. He started super young and we wanted him to build on that, and he hasn't really done it. Like, I think it's the 2000 album I didn't really care for, if I'm being honest with you. The 1999 one was easily a classic. One of my favorite records. I think I listened to that in like, damn, I haven't heard that album in a while, but I used to bump that crazy, I think was it high school? No, maybe I have my timelines wrong, but I've been listening to Joey Badass for a minute. The All American Badass, I think is a classic. I think that is a classic. But it's like, it's the how do I put this? The potential hasn't been realized. It's like I see flashes, but it's not realized enough. It gives me the only analogy I can put is Paul George, where it's like your ceiling is much higher than what you're reaching at right now, and it's just disappointing to see. Like, we see flashes of you carrying a team, you know what I mean, dropping a classic album, but like we don't see you night in and night out on the basis. You're too busy trying to do these other projects, and you cannot come back with this. Oh, the ruler's back. Like, bro, you're so late. You're actually 6 months late. If he would have threw his hat into the ring, not during the big Kendrick Drake beef, because he would have got left on red, but like, let's say he would have went after like, oh, J. Cole's a pussy. You know what I mean? If he would have dropped something then, I think it would have been like, okay, because we could have had the undercard and we had the main event. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to J. Cole in a fucking minute. But no. But it would have been cool if he wanted really to get smoke at somebody. But like, you know what? I'm serious too. Here I am. It kind of feels like when you're playing with your boys, you playing 2K, you playing Madden, whatever, and they all over and they getting all competitive, and then your little brother walks in talking about, I can beat all of y'all, and then y'all just look at him and then shut the door and get back to play. It's like that. It's like, bro, yeah, sure there, buddy. All right there. Who let little guy in? Who let buddy in? But yeah, I'm not trying to hear fucking Joey Badass try to be all aggressive. I don't think anyone who responds to him is gonna be like lower tier. Not lower tier, that sounds disrespectful. Like lesser known West Coast rappers, because he basically just the West Coast. But I don't think anyone of note is gonna sit there and respond to Joey Badass, because it's not really. Me personally, I wouldn't even respond to him. It's like, okay, you be angry over there. You need to get, if you really want to be the king of New York, because New York is in shambles right now. I don't know why you will put yourself as the king of New York when you're the biggest hit maker from New York right now is Ice Spice. You need to get your own shit together. Like, let's look inside the house before we try to fix someone else's. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me though. But yeah, it's like, I'm not really looking forward to anything from Joey Badass as of now. It's something actually substantial drops. But yeah, it was just like, this man, just shut up. It's like him talking to a wall, talking about, yeah, this is going to get, rubbing his hands together one time, like, yeah, this is going to get that attention. Like, he going to respond to me. I'm going to reroute my career. And it's like, shut up, bro. Let me know what y'all think. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know what topics y'all want me to talk about. And I'm out of here. Peace.